What's up, everyone? Welcome to True Food Reviews. I'm Mark.
I'm Nick.
And today we're looking at Rambutans. We don't know if you can see that. I'll hold them up here. They kind of look like little sea urchins or something inappropriate. Here's some fun facts for those of you who don't know. The seed oil from the rambutan is used to manufacture candles and soap.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't taste like that. So wax, basically.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 to 6 years for a tree planted from seed to start to bear any fruit.
That sounds reasonable.
Is
5
it?
or 6 years. If anything, that sounds kind of short to me, but I guess I'm not in the industry.
No, not professionally. The rambutan trees bear twice annually, once in late fall and early winter. Wait, those are the same thing, aren't they?
Late fall. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're two very condensed periods.
Yeah. Besides being a help to avoid growth of cancer, it is commonly used in treatment for symptoms of diarrhea and help in curing fevers.
Nice.
And a single serving has enough iron to make enough of a difference to prevent anemia.
Wow, it's like the spinach of fruit. I'll
Yeah,
give you a
look, I'm no spinach expert.
handful
So,
of rambutans in your
I think we're
pocket
going to need
there.
the True Food Reviews official knife for this because I'm going to go ahead and assume that we can't eat this. It looks like a crab apple had a kid with a spider monster. So I guess I'll just cut open one here so we can have a look before we get into this.
Oh, it seems to be fairly resistant
it's
to
a
even a top-notch knife.
Well, yeah, the skin is actually a bit thicker than I expected. Oh, okay.
I'll give mine some.
I'll open this for the camera so you can see. It actually looks like an alien opening its eye, if you look in there. Let me just open the top. Oh, okay. So here's what it looks like. I have no idea if that's going to focus. There, oh, there we go. All right, manual or autofocus. So you can see it kind of looks like a big, kind of like a green grape, I guess, if it was peeled, or maybe a cow's eyeball.
There's a couple, I find mine has kind of a couple of lobes to it, so it almost looks like a brain, but that might just be the individual one.
Or just the other side, like if I pulled mine out. Oh, it actually comes out clean and easy. Not bad. So it's kind of just like a little round, semi-slimy sphere. I think there's a pit inside.
There is a pit inside. I assume we don't eat that, but...
Hardly smells like anything, so...
It smells mild and pleasant,
I think we're going to have to get into it before we can really talk about it.
Alright.
Let's do the whole thing and eat around the pit.
I would definitely
I
say
think my pit's bigger than yours.
that grape is the most natural comparison here.
You know what else it kind of tastes like? I'm just going to throw this out the window or the door of my car. It kind of tastes like, you ever had a canned pear? You know where they're like kind of slimy and cold?
Yeah.
To me, it kind of tastes like a canned pear. It's not the strongest flavor, but
It's very mild.
I actually quite enjoy it. We are realizing now that we probably should have 2 True Food Reviews official knives because of how many times we're going to have to make these cuts. We've never had to do that before.
I think the texture is a little bit less pleasant than a grape. It's got a little bit more resistance, I think, almost than I want it to. It's not.
Okay.
It's not chewy so much as it's a little bit spongy. It kind of bounces back at you when you chew at it. And I think that element of it is not that pleasant.
Yeah, it's really not the strongest flavor out there.
I will say for it that it's got a solid juice content. You definitely don't need to reach for your water. And
No.
I think to some degree this would hydrate you. I can imagine wanting something like this on a summer picnic.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there was at least one instance in history where a man was lost in the desert and was thinking to himself, I could really go for some rambutans right now.
Yeah, I could definitely imagine that.
One thing I really like is that after I've made the incision, it just separates perfectly. Like, it just opens up really simple, and then you can really get this out fairly easily, and it's just a perfectly contained little juice pod.
I mean,
Now, I think the pit's a bit too big for me.
yeah, definitely.
I think if I had to, if the designers were looking for input, I would say maybe bring the ratio down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that the pit has, if that's the seed, it needs to be like really like sturdy and rugged in order to last, in order to grow a new tree. But I just think it's a little too dominating. Like you bite into it, and the pit takes
right
up
there.
like such a big portion of it.
What I would say is that one of the things I really liked about the design of this is that it looks very intimidating. Like we talked about that going in. And so instead of designing something that is incredibly rugged and difficult to get into, they instead decided to design something that looks like it's impossible to get into. So I think it discouraged a lot of people and potentially animals into wild because they're like, I'm not going to go near this. So it's kind of a crafty strategy, I think, investing in that aspect of the production.
I agree. It certainly looks. It looks like it would be poisonous. I haven't eaten many poisonous things, but because it's red and spiky, you don't associate that with like a welcoming culinary experience.
This might be hard to see, but it's kind of interesting where you eat this kind of almost like a pistachio.
Yeah, the pit
coating.
has like a skin to it.
And you end up eating that skin, and I'm not sure it's welcome, but it's definitely different.
Now, maybe I was a bit too quick to judge before, but this one, the ratio is actually really good. There's big chunks of the meat and less of the seed inside, but... Well,
I think I'm ready to give it a grade.
me too. Maybe I just have a sweet tooth, so it's not fair to say that it should be sweeter, because I think what they're going for, they nailed.
Yeah.
You see the stack of my shells there. That's my complaint. I had to cut every single individual one.
Yeah.
Like, even if the ratio of pit to fruit was the same, I think this product would benefit from being bigger. If this were the size of an apple, and the skin was still just this thick, you can make one clean incision, pop it open, pull out that big bag of juice, a bit almost like a water balloon.
Yeah.
That would be great for me. So I'm gonna give it a B. It'd be a B plus if it was sweeter, and if it was bigger, maybe it'd also be a B plus. Sweeter and bigger, this would be an A, because I do love grapes. But as is, I think it's just kind of a gentle B for me.
I'm going to give it a B minus. I actually don't have a problem with the sweetness. I think the sweetness hits about where I'm comfortable with. Like you said, it's a little bit too much effort to get into each thing, and then when you have to apply that effort to getting into it, and then you find out you have to apply effort to eating around something, that's kind of double the work. I don't really want to... For me, the payoff isn't quite there, and that's why it's going to be slightly below average and sitting at a B minus.
Well, it says something if we didn't have to bust out the water bottles. So, that's my hats off to the Rambutan people, and hats off. That's it for this episode of True Food Reviews. I'm Mark.
I'm Mick.
And we'll see you next time.
All right. I guess you're just going to have to watch me eat the sauce. It's there forever.